I heard recently a vart from the late great Rosh Yeshiva Chaim Epstein regarding Matan Torah. According to the way that we understand how a person is supposed to work on himself, when it comes to our midas, that a person is supposed to go slowly, la'at la'at, according to what they're up to. One could argue that the nations of the world responded correctly in their decision to not take the Torah. Each nation said, listen, we are willing to take to a lot of this Torah, but certain things we're not up to yet. This nation wasn't up to not being able to murder, and this one was not able up to the Indian of Geneva, and this one was not up to the Indian of promiscuity, of znus. So if each nation had something they weren't holding by doing, maybe they were right in saying that we're not taking the Torah. Whereas Klal, so you could argue, jumping headlong into things that are way above what we were up to, and look, we even sinned right away. So maybe we were wrong and they were right. So he answered a beautiful answer. He answered as follows. That's all true, that type of mahalach, legabe us in our day-to-day lives and our working on ourselves, in a realistic format as a human being, on our personal, individual yachadik work. But when HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes to you directly, the God, our God of the universe, the one who created the entire world, and he says, I'm giving you something, it's good for you, take it. To not take it is mamash a kfira. When you have somebody at By Riverside will come and tell you, this is what you need, when a person turns such a thing down, if the biggest investment person in the world, Elon Musk, would come to you, or Jeff Bezos, or any of these rich guys would come to you and say, you got to do this investment, you would turn him down? Of course not, because he knows that in you, he knows what's good for you. So, the God of the universe, the Rebbeinu Shalom, comes to you and says, this thing is good for you. To not take it as a kfira. And therefore they're kaifim and we're not. And what it shows is, furthermore, the fact that they didn't accept it shows us that they never really wanted to change at all. Because they, of course, knowing that it came from Hashem, they should know that it's good for them. And therefore, the fact that they didn't want to take the change shows that they didn't want to change at all. The fact that they didn't want to take the Torah shows they had no interest in changing. Because it's coming from the By Riverside. It's not coming from some human being telling you this is what you need. It's coming from the By Riverside. They didn't want to change. We want to change. Eina chanami. When we actually got the Torah, we're going to have to work on ourselves slowly, la'at la'at, because otherwise you're going to go too hard, too fast, not going to work. But Lamaisa, in the Kabbalah Torah, there's no question that the Kabbalah was what had to be done, it was correct, and that the nation not accepting the Torah is a kfir on HaKadosh Baruch Hu, a denial of his providence, a denial of him knowing what's best for each and every one of us.